The time is 7 p.m. We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Would everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I'm excited to introduce the Boy Scout Troop 412 to present the colors.
House, attention. Color guard. Forward, march. Color guard. Colors. Post colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Scout salute. Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all. Color guard returns the ring. Color guard out face. Forward march. Oh. Dismissed. Thank you.
Thank you so much for presenting the colors tonight at our board meeting. Madam Clerk, could we have a roll call, please?
Mayor Pulaski,
Here.
Trustee Delapenna,
Here.
Trustee Domke,
Here.
Trustee Forsythe, here, Trustee Lanisa, here, Trustee Prokowski,
Here.
Trustee Trejo.
Here. We have a quorum. We'll now move on to presentation of the prepared agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? Seeing none, that motion carries. We'll now move on to Village Board public comment. Anyone wishing to provide a comment on a topic or an agenda item may address the Village Board during the public comment and public hearing segments of the Village Board meeting by submitting comments in advance or using the online form. Madam Clerk, do we have any submitted in advance?
We have one in advance from Steve Wilcox of Roselle regarding defibrillators. The cost of the three cardiac defibrillators at $137,143 caught my eye. Obviously, that's $45,714 each, and I was amazed at the cost. Amazon sells their top of the line unit for $1,700 and several around $500. What makes these defibrillators worth 25 times as much? Are they 25 times better? The village could purchase 80 new units for the same price. Can these 3 units last as long as 80 more versatile and portable units? Moreover, when I Googled hospital defibrillators, the most expensive one I could find was $3,700. I urge the board to study this issue more carefully as it seems like a gross misuse of resources.
Thank you. Chief Bozick, do you want to comment? I know you had a conversation with the resident earlier today.
Had a conversation with the resident this morning. Explained the difference. He was looking at the automatic external defibrillator, similar to what we have on the back wall. That particular device is used very specifically for cardiac arrest patients. It's designed to be used by the bystander layperson, and it does one specific function, identifies the heart rhythm that is two lethal rhythms, and if it identifies that rhythm, it shocks the heart. And what we are looking at purchasing is a very sophisticated diagnostic tool. In addition to doing the ability to defibrillate, we have the 12 lead capabilities to do 12 lead in the field. It communicates directly with the hospital. We have the opportunity to use it as a pacemaker. If somebody's heart's not beating, we can utilize that among many different functions in there. Of roughly the 2,500 patients that we treat a year, virtually all those patients will be placed on that monitor, one scope or the other, to help the paramedic diagnose and treat the patient. After I explained this to the resident, he understood it, stated that he fully supported the purchase of it. And as I agree with him, it's very expensive, but in the world of EMS and pre-hospital monitor, there's only 3 manufacturers in the country that make a pre-hospital cardiac monitor. This particular monitor is the one we've chosen. It has the best track record for us, and we've used that in the past. So a lot of our existing consumable supplies can be utilized with the new monitors.
Thank you so much. So in layman's terms, it's not a defibrillator. It's a Swiss Army knife for your heart. Thank you. Do we have,
Was a resident that their life was saved a couple years ago because you got in touch with the hospital on the way to the hospital, and the doctor could help with that person, gave assistance to that person that saved their life, right?
Correct. Several times, as I explained to the resident, is, we run, of the 2,500 calls, we may run 25, 30 cardiac arrests a year. And anytime we can put that monitor on and provide that shock gives us that ability to increase the chance of survival for that patient. So it's a very critical tool for us. And obviously, we pick the best for our residents with the aspect of knowing that we want it to be there and I want it to be working when we take it out. And the monitors for us so far have held up extremely well.
do we have any members of the public here tonight that wish to address the board? Let the record show none. We'll move on to our agenda under officials and staff reports. Under mine, I have the pleasure of swearing in a new firefighter. So Jonathan, if you want to join me up front? All right. You'll raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Having been appointed to the position of firefighter paramedic in the village of Roselle in the counties of DuPage and Cook, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of firefighter paramedic according to the best of my abilities. Congratulations. And then who's pinning you tonight? Fantastic.
Very happy to have Jonathan on board with us. Jonathan started with us in the Explorer program. This is why the Explorer program is so important to us. He started with the Explorer program with us September 2019 while he was going to school at preschool. He graduated high school in 2020. Received his EMT certification December 21. We brought him on from the Explorers as a part-time firefighter in February 2022. In June of 22, he received his basic operations firefighter certificate. Basically, the certificate of the state says he can firefight for us. And then just recently in November, he received his National Rescue Paramedic certification. And that was the tool for us that says, okay, we have our qualification. we can hire you full-time now. So, we're excited to have him on board, and I think he's gonna be a great fit for our organization. Full-time position as he has been part-time. Thank you, welcome aboard, and the floor is yours, so.
I think it's a great testament to the program that we have that ability to recruit people early on and retain the best. And, you know, to your family and to your friends, thank you for sharing him with us and whatnot. And we don't take that duty or that honor lightly. And that, you know, we in the board are very adamant about making sure that we fund and take care of all of our public safety officials and making sure we have the right equipment and the right staffing. So that way he can come home to you guys every single night. So rest assured that, you know, we take that responsibility very seriously on our part. So congratulations. We've got, oh. We're going to move on with our agenda and some exciting stuff like the budget and property taxes. So if you want to, you know, be excused to go celebrate his appointment, we won't think less of you. So thank you for joining us tonight for the swearing in.
I think they really want you. But there's cake and coffee back at the fire station, so everybody's welcome to come back over there to celebrate Jonathan's accomplishment. Let's go.
With that being the case, I have a few other things under my report. I just want to thank the clerk and all the volunteers that helped with Winterfest. I'm sure we're going to hear more about it, so I just want to add my congratulations in the mix on that one. I also would like to thank our Roselle resident Gina Cullen, who helped donate all the lovely lights that were put outside of the fire station for a lovely photo op. So for those of you at home, you know, and you couldn't make it to Winterfest, make sure to come down on Prospect Street at the corner of Maple and Prospect to take your photo and enjoy that little scene to kind of brighten your holiday season. Beyond that, I'd like to entertain a motion to open a public hearing for the fiscal year ending in December 31st, 2024 proposed budget. Moved. There's a second?
I'll second.
We have a roll call, please.
Trustee Trejo.
Aye.
Trustee Domke.
Aye.
Trustee Della Penna.
Aye.
Trustee Forsythe.
Aye.
Trustee Lanisa. Aye. Trustee Prokowski.
Aye. Notice was published in the Daily Herald on November 22nd, 2023, and is on file with the clerk's office. With that being the case, Tom, do you have anything that you'd like to add before we move on with things?
Give you a short slide presentation up on the TV there. As the mayor said, this is our public hearing for the budget. Notice was published in the Daily Herald, as he noted. And, you know, we spent a lot of time with the board going over the budget as we got it ready and then produced the proposed budget. Tonight on the agenda is the final budget in the packet. The scorecard is in there and the budget itself, and then we'll have the ordinance afterwards. Total revenues are estimated for the general fund, just over $23 million. This is an increase of about $1 million from our 23 projected year end. Most of that increase is from our major revenues, of course, property tax, sales tax, income tax, local use, and eating establishment. That's the bulk of where that $1 million comes from. Total expenditures for the general fund are just over 23 million, an increase of about 930,000 from the projected year end. Most of this can be found in salaries, which includes annual increases and then vacant positions and then health insurance, contractual services, and commodities. And revenues are intended to exceed or hopefully exceed expenditures by 111,000, with resulting in anticipated reserve level about 53%, or just over 6 months of reserves. For the water sewer operating fund, total revenues are estimated at about 8.6 million. 98% of that revenue comes from water and sewer sales, so the usage from our water users, which is based on the FY 2024 rates, which we discussed, and a 0% change in water usage. So I try to come up with an expected water use. I also included 6 million gallons for Metro 19. Whether that comes true or not, we shall see. But most of that usage we wouldn't spend it by buying water. So rates increase, 41, or not about, but 41 cents per gallon for water, 80 cents for DuPage sewer, and 15 cents for Cook sewer based on 1,000 gallons of water. And I have a chart there showing the last several years of rates plus the 2024 rates. Total expenses are projected to be 8,673,000, same as revenues. So I've created this budget based on revenues coming in, matching expenses. Water purchase from DuPage Water Commission and personnel costs are the two largest expenses, just over $6 million and almost 70% of the budget. We also include an anticipated rate, so we don't know what the rate increase is going to be for DuPage Water Commission, but I estimated that at 21 cents per thousand. And then the budget also includes 25,000 in capital improvements. Again, revenues equal expenditures, so the rates were developed to cover budgeted expenses. If you remember the last several years, we've had deficits. Usually we come in right around equal, so this time I made sure that shows up that way. Fund balance is expected to be 2.5 million at December 31st, 2024, which is above the board's minimum of 25%. Water Sewer Capital Projects Fund, the CIS is the main revenue source for this fund. So rate increase of $1.40 per thousand gallons. If you remember throughout the year, we've been talking about in the community forums, the need for to increase the CIS to cover not only projects going on this year, but future projects that are just starting out, and we're really getting heavily into the engineering portion of those. Water sewer tap-on fees of about 10,000. The Timberleaf was a great source of water sewer tap-on fees the last several years. If we do have any additional development, we would see an increase in this, but there's nothing in writing yet, so I can't project anything except for our usual, which are, new homes, tear downs, stuff like that. And an investment income of 100,000. Then I also show up here several of our major projects. Boterman, we're going to be spending about 625,000. Devlin, about 1.3 million. So again, that's the need for the increase in the CIS. And then collection system improvements, which are the lift stations. And this year, our water main replacement is about 1.5 million. And then with some lead service line, about 370,000. Parking lot operating fund, I threw this up here just so we can see this again. The revenues exceed expenditures by 63,000. This is good. We're seeing some growth in the fund. Daily fee is increasing $1.50 from $1.50 to $2 for cash payments, $1.80 to $2.30 for credit and debit payments. Ridership continues to be down on Metro and will be for the foreseeable future. But daily fees have been exceeding pre-pandemic levels while permits are still far below. And permits were really where the bulk of our funds came from. As you see, reserves decreased almost 300,000 during the pandemic. And we see that projected ending fund balance is 230,000. So the board transferring funds the last couple of years has really helped the fund, and now we're hoping to keep that solvent. And then the CIP, which we've talked about all year, and we did that in October as well. Just showing the different revenue sources for all of the projects going on. And then several expenditures, including building improvements, stormwater improvements, the street improvement program, and the sidewalk replacement program, 310,000. And our pedal porch, promenade, and plaza, which we intend on using ARPA funds for, and then any other grant sources that we can come by. So with that, I'd like to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you so much. Is there any member of the public that wish to ask a question at this time? Let the record show none. Is there any member of the public that wish to speak in favor? Let the record show none. Is there any member of the public that wish to speak against? Let the record show none. Does the board have any questions or comments? Trustee Domke.
Well, first of all, when I'm looking at some of the statistics here, the pension takes up half of the property taxes in Roselle. It's amazing. Need to point that out. And then just for my edification, because I don't see it right in front of me, what is our projected expenses versus our revenues for next year? What do we have a surplus and what is it?
Yes, so in the general fund, the surplus would be the 111,000.
So we're planning on spending 111,000 less than we're going to bring in.
Correct.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to hear that,
Another year of balanced budgets, if approved.
which is what we do all the time.
Absolutely.
And because we estimate our revenue
Conservatively.
conservatively, we sometimes end up many times with more revenue than we guesstimated, which makes it even better. And that gives us some flexibility in June and
Correct. When we go to the mid-year budget, yep.
Yeah.
Correct.
Any other questions or comments from the board? Is there a recommendation to move forward from the board?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Is there a motion to adjourn the public hearing?
second,
All those, sorry, roll call, please.
Trustee Trejo. Trustee
Aye.
Domke. Trustee Della Penna.
Aye.
Trustee Forsythe.
Aye.
Trustee Lanisa. Aye. Trustee Prokowski.
Aye. That motion carries. I'd also like to entertain a motion to open a public hearing for the fiscal year ending 2023 proposed property tax levy.
so moved.
Can we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Domke.
Aye.
Trustee Trejo. Trustee Della Penna.
Aye.
Trustee Forsythe.
Aye.
Trustee Lanisa. Aye. Trustee Prokowski.
Aye. Notice was published in the Daily Herald on November 22nd, 2023, and is also on file with the clerk's office. Finance Director Dahl, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you. So for this levy, I'm going to show the 2022 EAV because this is how we plan for the 2023 tax levy. So the 2022 EAV was $893 million, which was an increase of almost 8% from 2021. DuPage County increased by 5.9%. Cook County increased by 22.3%.
Wow.
Which is a large number.
Why is it that? Well, can I just interject really quick? Why is Cook so much higher?
So you'll see a chart and it happens, and I believe there was,
Please highlight that.
yeah, I believe there was the 3 or 4 year where they reassess. Thank you. And you'll see there's always a year where it climbs very high and then it'll decrease the
okay.
next couple of years. And then it'll do that again.
They also were making a conscious effort to move taxes off of commercial and not to residential. That's why it went up so high.
Yeah, just Cook County is on a triennial reassessment cycle and non-Cook County is on a quadrennial. So yeah, that's the peaks that you mentioned you'll be seeing. Also, just one other thing kind of that's interesting just to note as well about the EAV. In DuPage County, all properties are assessed at 33.33% of market value, whereas Cook County, you're going to see more changes because residential is 10%, commercial industrial is 25%. So that will kind of affect how much the total numbers. You can't just compare apples to apples on that one.
Glad I asked.
And this is the 8th year in a row with an overall increase in EAV. So that is excellent for the village. The tax cap for 2023 is 5%. CPI was 6.5, so 5% is the highest we can go. And this is based, the levy is based on the final the final 2022 tax extension plus any new growth. This is the second year in a row it has reached the 5% cap. And the levy tonight to be approved is based on $25 million of new growth. We've never hit that, except I think we came close when the TIF expired. This is done to make sure that we capture all new growth in the village. Both counties automatically adjust that tax levy request to actual new growth when that information becomes available. So as I note on here, property taxes payable to the village on a home with market value of $250,000 may increase by $26. This is a generalization and it's just using it as an example. But
Just
that-
our portion of the property. tax.
And that's only the village of Roselle's portion. That is correct. Thank you. This up here, which I'm sure everybody can read clearly. This is just, it's for your packet. It's in the packet and it's just for your information. This is the last several years of the EAV and then the village's extension. And then the two columns on the right, 25 million is what we use to create the levy. And then 3 million in new growth is what we use to budget for property tax because we don't expect to get that much money. On the next slide, this depicts the DuPage County EAV by category. Just showing, you can see on the very bottom right corner that the 5.9%. You can see residential was 6%, industrial 7%, farmland went up 9.5%. And commercial went up 0.32%. The next slide is a chart just showing the steady climb, the steady increase in DuPage EAV. And obviously DuPage County is our largest portion, about 85% of the village is in DuPage County. The next slide is Cook County. And I just updated this because we just on Friday received the split. Again, 22.3 is the increase. Industrial was added. That's the first time I've ever seen industrial in Cook County. I don't know where that is, but I will find out. And you can see residential increased by 23% and commercial by just about 18%. And so this is the slide I was talking about, where DuPage County was a gradual climb. This is a more, it's got peaks and valleys, but it is steadily increasing over time. And that's the residential is the blue line. The red line is commercial, which is more steady. The next slide is the next two are actually our most useful ones. This one shows how much of your property tax the village receives. And the village receives about 10% of each dollar that you send in taxes on your two installments. Due to the numerous combinations of districts and counties, the percentages for any individual tax bill will vary, but for the most part, most people in the village, their contribution to the village is about 10% of their property taxes. The bulk of it goes to the school districts and the park districts. And then finally, this is the $100 bill. And Trustee Domke, this is kind of what you were asking. Pensions make up just about 50% of our property tax levy. The remainder goes to our general fund for corporate purposes, just general purposes, fire, police, ambulance, which includes fire as well, but then pensions. It's police pension, fire pension, and IMRF.
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry.
We'll get to it, don't worry. Is there any members of the public that have a question? Let the record show none. Is there any members of the public that wish to speak in favor? Let the record show none. Is there any members of the public that wish to speak against? Let the record show none. Does the board have any questions or discussion on this item? Trustee Domke?
Well, no, I was just saying that a lot of this is fixed costs and you have so little variable money available when it's over corporate. I guess you could cut back on EMS if you wanted to, but
You don't want
police, fire and pensions. I mean, we got to have that.
Judging by the stares of our public safety chiefs, I'm going to say that's a no.
Yeah. And I might need EMS at any time, so.
Any other discussion points or comments from the board?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Position to move forward as,
Yes.
Yes.
all right. Do we have a motion to adjourn the public hearing?
Second,
Can we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Trejo.
Aye.
Trustee Domke.
Aye.
Trustee Delapenna.
Aye.
Trustee Forsythe.
Aye.
Trustee Lanisa.
Aye.
Trustee Pankowski.
Aye.
That motion carries. So before we go on to actually adopt both, I just want to state that I appreciate the board's conversation and dialogue. I know this is the culmination of many months of work. So for those that may not have tuned into our other meetings, we've been working on this since November and really at the end of October in full earnest. So this took a lot of meetings and conversations to get to this point. So appreciate the progress that we've made there. With that being said, I'd like to entertain a motion to pass an ordinance adopting the fiscal year 2024 budget.
second,
Any discussion? Seeing none, can we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Trejo.
Aye.
Trustee Domke.
Aye.
Trustee Delapenna.
Aye.
Trustee Forsythe.
Aye.
Trustee Lanisa.
Aye.
Trustee Pankowski.
Aye.
That motion carries. I'd also like to entertain a motion to pass an ordinance authorizing the levy and collection of taxes for the general corporate purposes of fire protection, police protection, Illinois municipal retirement, paramedic services, debt services, police pension, and firefighter pensions for the fiscal year commencing on January 1st, 2024 and ending on December 31st, 2024 for the Village of Roselle, DuPage, and Cook Counties, Illinois.
second,
Any discussion? Seeing none, can we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Trejo. Trustee Domke.
Aye.
Trustee Delapenna.
Aye.
Trustee Forsythe.
Aye.
Trustee Lanisa.
Aye.
Trustee Pankowski.
Aye.
That motion carries. And then my final thing, I swear, I mean, I got to go back to talking a whole lot. I don't know, Public Works, if you got a copy of this letter that I received in the mail, so this might be news to you or not, but for everyone else's sake, I just want to congratulate our team at Public Works because the Village of Roselle wastewater facility was nominated for an award for the best operated wastewater treatment works to be presented by the Illinois Association of Water Pollution Control Operators at their annual conference coming up in March. So we're nominated in the Group 2 category. So we're one of 4 across the entire state. So I think that really speaks to the progress we've been able to make there. We've got a lot of fun upgrades around the corner there, but I think it speaks to we're not just upgrading something that we have to do. We actually have a really great team in place and a great facility that we're managing well. So congratulations to Public Works for this honor. With that, I'm done for now. Any trustees have a report? Trustee Prokowski.
Just another reminder that Flags for Roselle subscriptions are open. You can subscribe either through the website, you can send in a check, or you can also purchase them here at Village Hall.
Thank you
And
so
that's
much.
all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Trustee Domke.
in addition to the Winterfest, the way it was put on was really good for business in Roselle. Because the location didn't close anybody's doors. And in fact, it opened some doors. So I wanted to just say, the planning group that put that together was awesome. And they listened to the business owners in Roselle during the cocoa crawls and past events. And I mean, that means a lot when you listen to the residents and the businesses. So I wanted to just thank Amanda and Liz and all the others that did a great job. Gave us all a chance to celebrate and meet our neighbors, quite frankly. So great job, Amanda. Tell your team.
Thank you so much. Any other trustees have a report? If not, Village Clerk.
It was 100% a team effort and it was really awesome. I feel really lucky because the committee basically runs themselves in a way. Note the stormtroopers. But I do want to thank the Village of Roselle staff, including Liz, God bless her, Brian, Emily, Public Works, shout out to Nick, Fire Department, shout out to Santa McBride, Police Department, shout out to Sergeant Nudera, everyone on the Winterfest committee, including Trustee Forsythe, who is with us, all the public bodies that participate, all of the nonprofits that participate. I'm going to forget someone if I rattle them off today, but I do give a very nice thank you on Facebook where I don't miss anybody. Thanks so much. I think next year's going to be even better. So please come out again.
Thank you so much. Village Attorney. Village Administrator. All right, we'll now move on to unfinished business. First, we have the consent agenda. All items listed on the consent agenda are considered to be routine, procedural, informational, self-explanatory, or non-controversial in nature and will be enacted in one motion. There will be no discussion of these items. Tonight, we have pass an ordinance establishing salaries and or compensation for Village of Roselle employees and officers. Adopt a resolution approving amendments to the Village of Roselle Personnel Policy Manual. Pass an ordinance amending Appendix A of the Code of Ordinance of the Village of Roselle, Illinois. Pass an ordinance amending chapter 22, article 1, section 22-22 and sections 22-143, Code of Ordinance of the Village of Roselle, Illinois. Adopt a resolution authorizing the purchase of line fire gear from Dingus Fire Equipment in the amount of $25,819.57. Adopt a resolution authorizing the purchase of 3 cardiac monitor defibrillators and associated supplies from Zoll Medical Corporation at a cost not to exceed $137,143.50. Adopt a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of agreement by and between the Village of Roselle and Axon Enterprise Incorporated for the purchase of taser devices. Authorize the village administrator to approve acceptance of a $100,000 grant to the Village of Roselle from the Bloomingdale Township Mental Health Board. Adopt a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of an extension to an agreement by and between the Village of Roselle and Flock Group Incorporated. And adopt a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of agreement by and between the Village of Roselle and Gesvada and Associates Incorporated. Their motion to approve.
Second.
Second. No discussion because it's consent. Can we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Trejo.
Aye.
Trustee Tompkins.
Aye.
Trustee Delapenna.
Aye.
Trustee Forsythe.
Aye.
Trustee Lanisa. Aye. Trustee Prokowski.
Aye.
That motion carries. We'll turn over to Community Development, Trustee Lanisa.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to open the public hearing for a annexation of 23 West 704 Pine Avenue.
There's a second? Second. Can we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Lanisa.
Aye.
Trustee Trejo.
Aye.
Trustee Delapenna.
Aye.
Trustee Domke.
Aye.
Trustee Forsythe.
Aye.
Trustee Prokowski.
Aye.
That motion carries.
And in the public hearing, I'd like to make notice, state that the proper notice has been served in the Daily Herald on November 16th of 2023. That notice is on file with the village clerk. Is there any member of the public who wishes to speak in favor of the petition? The petition for annexing the property into Roselle.
Do you mind just speaking to the microphone for the record? Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Joyce Ramirez. We have a proposal to annex to your water and sewer. So we're just pending your approval.
Thank you. And can you state your name and address for the record?
Joyce Ramirez, 23W704 Pine Avenue, Roselle,
Thank you.
Illinois. Thank you.
That notice of that publication is on file with the village clerk. I'm sorry, I backed up a little bit there, but is there any member of the public who wishes to speak against the petition? Is there any member of the public who wishes to ask a question regarding the petition? Seeing none. Are there any questions from the board on this? Seeing none, then I request that we close make a motion to close the public hearing.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Lanisa.
Aye.
Trustee Trejo.
Aye.
Trustee Delapenna.
Aye.
Trustee Domke.
Aye.
Trustee Forsythe.
Aye.
Trustee Prokowski.
Aye.
That motion carries.
I would now like to make a motion to pass an ordinance approving and authorizing the execution of the annexation agreement for the property commonly referred to as 23 West 704 Pine Avenue in Roselle, Illinois.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, can we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Lanisa.
Aye.
Trustee Trejo.
Aye.
Trustee Delapenna.
Aye.
Trustee Domke.
Aye.
Trustee Forsythe.
Aye.
Trustee Prokowski.
Aye.
That motion carries.
Now, I'd also like to make a motion to pass an ordinance approving and authorizing the annexation of territory commonly referred to as 23 West 704 Pine Avenue in Roselle, Illinois.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, can we have a roll call?
Trustee Lanisa.
Aye.
Trustee Trejo.
Aye.
Trustee Delapenna.
Aye.
Trustee Domke.
Aye.
Trustee Forsythe.
Aye.
Trustee Prokowski.
Aye.
That motion carries. Thank you and welcome to the Village of Roselle. We have nothing under administration tonight, fire, police, public works, or finance. Under new business, we have a second opportunity for public board comment. Is there any members of the public that wish to address the board at this time? Let the record show none. Is there any other business for discussion only from the board? I'll just say happy holidays to everyone. This is our last board meeting for the year, so we're looking forward to seeing you in January again. Continue to shop local and hope everyone has a safe and healthy holiday season. So With that being the case, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Any abstentions? That motion carries.